Hi, how are you doing? In this video, we will be having a revision on Excel for trimester 1 exam. Here we're having a sheet. By the way, the sheet will be uploaded to Classera with the name Final Revision. Here we need to 1. Apply appropriate formatting to the sheet. So we may select the data we're having here and create a table by adding borders. Then we need to change the alignment to be centered, and for the titles here we may change their alignment to be here like middle alignment, and we may change the heading to be that color, for example. Okay, and we may make a small table for the max, mini and average. And I would like to remove the grid line. ND5, we need to work out the total cost by multiplying the unit price, here the total cost, by multiplying the total price by the unit of each order. So here we need to multiply unit price by the number of units to get the total cost. To start any equation in Excel, we need to type equal, then select the unit price multiplied by the unit price and click enter. To replicate or repeat the same function for the rest of the formula, for the rest of the cells, we need to stand or put our mouse here and like fill handle. So we copied the same equation. To know that we're right, just double click any cell so the cell reference is displayed here. Okay, then we need to in cell G5, the cell I'm selecting now, we need to work out the revenue by multiplying the selling price, this one, to the number of items sold. Start with equal, multiply the selling price by the number of items sold and click enter. Okay, then we need to fill handle again. Okay, and you need to stop here in cell G12. For the profit, you need to work out the profit by taking the total cost away from the revenue. We need to subtract the total cost from the revenue to get the profit, equal the revenue minus the total cost, enter. Now we're having the profit. Finally, using a function, we're going to get, finally we need to use a function to calculate the max, mini, average and total. Insert function, max. Okay, go. Here we're having the max, select the needed range and click OK. For the mini or the minimum, okay, if you couldn't find it, type mini, go, select this one and select your range, click OK. For the average, again, minimum, this is average, I need to select average. Okay, click go. Here we're having the average, select your range. Finally, for the total, we're gonna get sum and select sum, select the needed range and click OK. I would like to change the fill color of the small table here, from the fill color. I'm gonna make it with that color. Last requirement, create a graph comparing the total cost here okay, to the revenue for each fruit. So we need to select like a separated columns. Select the first one. Keep holding the control button from the keyboard. Then select the second one, the profit. Then from Insert tab, we're going to select a column chart or any chart, as he didn't tell us, so I'm fine with that one. Okay, no, I want to change it. Okay, this one is okay, or this one. I need someone with a label, so from here, or this one with a title and labels displayed. I need to change the title, so just raise chart title, and you may make it like total cost and revenue. Okay, if you want to change the font, anything from home, and start changing the font color, the font size, and so on. In the second worksheet, we're having counts. Remember, we're having three types of count: count A, and count F. Using count, you can count only numbers. Count A will count any value. Count F, you will be counting according to a certain criteria, okay? Here we need to calculate the total of runners. So from insert function, search for count A, as we're going to count names. Okay, here we have count A. We need to count the names here. Okay, so we're having 12 names, and click OK. Here we need to count how many males do we have. So now we are counting according to a certain criteria, which is males. So from here we're gonna search for count F. Okay. Count F. Okay, here we're having count F. The range will be the range we will be selecting our criteria from later on, meaning my range here will be gender. Okay, then the criteria will be selected from that range, which is male. Okay, we're having 6 males, and as for females, we're going to insert again count F, and our range will be gender again, and female will be the criteria, so select any female displayed on the range. We're having 6 as well. How many are from year 11? This time again we're gonna use count F, but our range will be the year. Okay, then we're going to select the criteria from it, which is 12. Okay, we're having 3, and as for the years, we're going to select insert function and count F again. The range will be again the year, and for the criteria it's 11. Okay, here our range will be years, and the criteria will be somehow different, as we're gonna enter less than 10, so the range is years or year range. And here we need to type less than, okay, less than or equal. We're typing them in computer, the same as we're having here, not as math, and then 10. Okay, we're having sum. Form. Here we're gonna count according to a form range, and our criteria will be 11B purple. Here we're gonna select the range form, and 10B red will be our criteria, and the last one will be 12 grade red. Okay. Here we're having all shops items. We're gonna do it as, okay, again count A, as we're gonna count number, a text. Okay, and for the drink, our range as we did will be the type. So here count F, the range will be type, our criteria will be drink. Following the same steps, you can calculate how many food do we have from the type, how many decorations. Here our range will be the shop, how many goes to Carrefour and Lulu Market and so on. Okay. Then in the next sheet we're having sum F, an exercise on sum F. Before starting with sum F, we need to do some formulas. Here in the sales, you need to multiply the price by the sold item. So equal price multiplied by sold items to get the total sales of each brand. For the taxes, we need to multiply the sales here by 17%. Okay, equal sales multiplied by 17 and enter. Then as usual we're going to fill handle. When we fill handle, we're having a problem here. The case we're having here is called the absolute reference. The absolute reference is multiplying a range like sales with one value, 17%. Double click here to know why do we have a problem. Here. When we calculated taxes, we multiplied the sales by 17%, but in the second cell, we multiplied the 1,200 by an empty cell. To solve that problem and make the 17% a fixed value, select the cell that has the original formula, make the letter of the cell that contains 17 in between two dollar sign. So add a dollar sign here and a dollar sign here. Make the I letter in between two dollar sign. Click enter, then fill handle. Okay, fill handle here. If we click here, the cells is multiplied by 17. If we double click here, the cell is multiplied by 17%. Finally, to calculate the final total, we need to place our mouse here, equal. He said the final total, the sales plus the tax. So from here, select sales plus tax, okay, and fill handle. Okay, I guess you know all how to calculate the total of sales, taxes, and final, the mini, max, and average. Here comes the part of sum F. We need to calculate the total sales, okay, of Samsung only. Okay, so getting the total according to a certain criteria. Here I need to get only the sales related to Samsung. What should I do? From insert function, okay, search for sum F. Okay, go and here we're having sum f. Sum f require like 3 values. The first one is the range. Okay, the range will be the brand. Okay, I'm selecting the range according to the criteria. I'm going to select next. The criteria here is Samsung. Okay, I'm selecting Samsung. Finally, sum range. The range I need to get the total of. Okay, النمبرز اللي أنا عايزة أجمعها اللي هم السيلز. Okay, هو هنا هيجمع السيلز بتاعة سامسونج بس. Okay, again we're gonna do it for Apple. So place your mouse here. Again, insert function, sum f. My range will be again the brand. My criteria will be Apple. Okay, and for the sum range will be the sales I need to calculate. Okay, and here we need Nokia and not including Samsung. We need all the sales except for Samsung. And by the way, we may use the final total, but I used sales, so I'm going to correct mine. Okay, from here, remove that range and select the final total, which will be much better. Okay, I'm gonna do the same for Apple. I selected the cell of Apple and insert function, erase the last one, and I selected the final total. Okay, click OK. Now we need Nokia will be done with the same way. We're gonna do not including Samsung. So أنا عايزة كل السيلز كل الفاينل توتال of sales except for Samsung. أعمل ده ازاي؟ insert function. Okay, sum f. My range will be brand. Okay, the criteria not equal sign as the greater than and less than together. Okay, as I did here, and I'm gonna type Samsung using my hand. Much better to type the criteria using your hand if you're using the not equal sign. Samsung. Okay, and here the range will be the final total, so he will calculate all the final total except for Samsung. Okay, finally he needs you to do the same calculations and the same formats. Start with formatting the table here using the same format of the above table, and then calculate the sales taxes, final taxes, and state taxes to be 17 as well. Here the harder action, drama, not including action, Blu-ray, and so on. The sum f of harder action, drama from the final total you're going to calculate. Here we're having f statement with calculation. F statement in computer is like a question that we will be answering with yes or no. Okay, if yes, we're going to display certain results. If no, we're going to display different results. Here we're having salaries of like salespersons يعني. The names here, how many items they sell. Their sales target is displayed here. Their salary. Our criteria here is if they sold more than their target, they will have a salary increase by 500. If no, if their sold items were less than their target, they will not have any salary increase. So what I'm gonna do is here, we remember as long as we're having one condition. اوكي الكونديشن اللي عندي هنا ان السولد ايتمز يبقوا greater than السيلز تارجت. بدل ما عندي كونديشن واحد استخدم السمبل فورم of if statement using insert function عشان بعد شوية هنشتغل على nested if فهكتبها بإيدي أحسن. Here search for F. Okay, sorry, this is some F. Click go. Okay, اعمل double check. اللوجيكال تيست هو الكونديشن. اللوجيكال تيست here if sold items is greater than okay the target sales. okay الفاليو اللي في السلة اللي اسمها C3 greater than D3. if this is true the salary here okay اللي هو 1000 will be plus 500. if not it will be the same which is salary. click OK. yes, here he sold 22 and the sales target were 20, so he got a salary increase. fill handle the equation. here he sold 4 and the target was 20, so no increase, 25 and so on. here we're having another case. if the customer have spent more than 1,000 then they will receive a 150 discount. okay so insert function like F. okay our logical test will be if the total spent is greater than 1,000. if true okay they will get a price. okay sorry they will get a discount on the price. okay so the total discount is 150. so from this one we're gonna minus 150. okay the price will be deducted by 150 as a discount. if not the price will be the same. okay or the total spent will be the same. fill handle. okay follow the same steps we made in example 1 and example 2 to answer the last example, example 3. here we're having an example on nested if. nested if is a case where we're having more than one condition to be tested at the same time. so we're having like if statement inside each others. okay more than one inside each other. here we need to classify the length of calls according to the minutes. if the minutes is less than 6 then we're gonna show short or display the word short here. if the minutes are greater than 5 and less than 12 then we're gonna show the word medium. if they are greater than 11 then we're gonna show the word long, and by the way this is 12 not 11. greater than 12 then we're gonna show the word long. so our conditions here less than 5. okay so this would be short. I wrote the conditions here. less than 5 it will be short, greater than less than 12 it will be medium, greater than 12 it will be long. here I'm gonna type equal then F, select the F from the drop down menu. here we're having the syntax or the requirements of the F statement. we need to start with a logical test or a condition. the logical test will be here if minutes less than 5. okay to move to the true value or the true result we need to type column. here in mine version, only in mine version, as it's an older version of Excel, you need to type a semicolon. in the exam or in the version we are using in the computer lab and school, you need to type comma. okay true value, and it's already written here like semicolon, and in your version it may be comma, so follow what you have in your version. For the true value you need to type short. Okay, so short, semicolon again, and for the false value we're gonna type a new if statement to test if it's less than 12 or greater than 12. Okay, here we have the nested if case, an if statement inside if statement. ودايما النيو if statement بتبقى الفولس بتاعت واحدة already موجودة. يعني انا دلوقتي خلاص عملت تست واتأكدت ان دي 5 اللي موجود هنا في دي 5 less than 5 فكتبت short. عايزة اعرف بقى طب هو less than 12 ولا greater than 12، عشان كده بحط if statement تانية في الفولس value بتاعت اول if statement. F. Okay, again the logical test here will be if the value here is less than 12. If true, we're gonna type medium. Okay, if false the last result اللي هي long. ليه؟ لان انا كده خلاص عملت تيست لاول واحده وعملت تيست لتاني واحده، فلو اول واحده فولس وتاني واحده فولس اكيد الريزلت هتبقى بتاعت اخر واحده اللي هي long. عشان كده مفيش لازمه ان انا اكتب اخر واحده الا لو هكتب اف ستيتمنت تانية وهطلع ريزلت رابعه. اوكي، فعشان كده انا هكتب هنا long على طول. اوكي، I'm gonna close the second if statement. Okay, and كده التانية اتقفلت، الأولانية لسه، فهقفل براكت كمان أول واحدة. click enter. Okay, there's something wrong. The error displayed here is due to having the text value without quotations. Okay, في الكمبيوتر او في programming احنا لازم نحط التكست value جوه quotation، فانا كان لازم اجي هنا احط short in between quotation. Okay, and medium as well in between quotation. Okay, long, enter. This is correct. 5. Okay, less 5 is between 5 and 12. وهو هنا short كانت less than 5. Then في الhandle this one is medium as it's 5 as well. 17 greater than 12 long. 24 greater than long. For the short we're having only 2. Okay, for the second requirement, filter the calls which are equal to or longer than 6 minutes. Since we're having the word filter, we're going to use conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is a different way to filter or to have conditions on your data. Select the range اللي هو minutes. Okay, click conditional formatting. We need a new rule, or you may use from here, but I wanna create a new rule. Select a rule type. The rule type we need will be format only cells that contain. هو قايلنا هنا ال cells اللي هي equal to or greater than 6. يبقى ال content بتاعت السيل نفسها تبقى equal or greater than 6 minutes. السيل فاليو انا هنا عندي كذا فاليو. لو تكست هختار specific text، لو date، لو blank او error او whatever. I need here cell value equal to or longer than. اغير بس من هنا equal to greater than or equal to. Okay, 6. Okay, the format will be displaying the cell in, for example, blue. Okay, and then click OK. So all the cells equal to 6 or greater than 6 are displayed in blue. For the second nested if task and the last task, okay, we need to display the unit retail, okay. In unit retail in column F10 here, we're gonna use an F function to calculate the retail price of each unit. If the code is D, الكود اللي هو هنا ده D, multiply the named cell discount by unit purchase price, okay. هعمل multiplying للunit purchase here by for example the D rate. If it's N, we're going to multiply by the rate displayed here in front of N, and last P, we're gonna multiply it by the P rate. If the code is not D, N or P, then return the value of the purchase price as it is, okay. So for the unit retail, we're gonna place our mouse here equal F, double click. The logical test will be the code here equal between quotation D. If that true, we're going to multiply the unit here by the value in front of D. If false, we're going to have another if statement, okay. Select the if statement from here. The logical test will be if the code again here. By the way, every time we are testing the first value as then we're gonna fill handle. أنا بعمل testing لنفس السل. احنا humans عارفين من الأول إن دي لكن الكمبيوتر مش عارف، هو لازم يعمل تست لو هي دي، لو هي N، لو هي B، ولو هي empty يقرر ياخد أنهي ريت. لكن أنا شايفة من الأول إن هي دي، فما ينفعش أنا كل مرة بسلكت أول سل في الرينج. FD10 okay equal between quotation هحط okay N okay نقفل الكوتيشن. بعد كده semicolon true value بتاعتي هتبقى multiplying the units by 1.10 okay semicolon okay value semicolon. if false if statement جديدة to test the last condition اللي هو if this one equal B semicolon. If true, we're going to multiply the units here by and semicolon again okay. If not, we're going to show as we said here then return the purchase price as it is. So we're gonna click here, close the first F the last F statement okay. نحط bracket اقفل اول واحدة، شايفين لونها purple دي كده اول واحدة اتقفلت. بعد كده اقفل تاني واحدة اوكي the green، اقفل اول واحدة اللي هي البلاك. اما الاقي عندي البلاك اتاكد ان انا كده خلاص خلصت. باي ذا واي كلمة بريميوم و نورمال هو اوريدي عامل نيمينج للسيلز دي بالنيمز نورمال وبريميوم اوكي، لكن كده كده الايكويشن اخدت الفاليو اللي جوه. اوكي then fill handle. اوكي كده احنا خلاص خلصنا، بس finally انا عايزة ازود column كمان، هعمل فيه round. اوكي هكتب هنا كلمة round. اوكي I'm going to round the range here or unit retail to 2 decimal points only. Okay, or you may add 0 decimal places as you like. هعمل لها formatting. اوكي وهخليها تاخد نفس بالفورمات بينتر، هخليها تاخد نفس الفورمات. Finally, filter anything that contains black in the description. Where the description here. فهعمل select لل description وهروح على ال conditional formatting new rule. The format only cells. المرة دي بقى أنا I have a text, so from the cell value it should be text, specific text containing the word black, and for the formatting we're gonna make it black. It will be fill in black. Okay, yes, those contains the word black. We may change the font color to be white so we can see them. Okay, so only cells that has the word black is displayed in black. Thank you so much. Good luck. Bye.